Welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk about, can you pay your income taxes, your IRS debt with the EIDL loan? I'm not going to say EIDL anymore because that's a tongue twister. I hear all these cool congressmen and women saying EIDL, so I'm saying EIDL from now on. And I just want to start off by telling you that because I've been tripping over my words recently. I also want to jump into yesterday's live webinar that we did. I want to thank everyone who was in attendance. If you haven't seen that video yet, we went on for about an hour and a half. I'll leave a link to that down below in this video. You can check that out whenever you'd like. I'm sure a lot of your questions can be answered there, but I do want to dive deep into this question that I keep getting all the time. Can we use the EIDL loan to pay off our taxes? Well, the answer to that the SBA gave me just this morning we'll reveal at the end of this video. But before that, I kind of want to set the stage and also let you know what people on our threads have been saying, because there's a lot of educated viewers who do give their input. Yesterday, I had an awesome attendee on my webinar who was answering half the questions for us. She was amazing. Thank you for that. You guys are awesome. All of you are awesome, especially the people yesterday who donated to the families that we're trying to help, the families that we're trying to feed across America. We're raising funds. So all the money that was donated yesterday, I will be matching. Also wanted to ask you guys to vote and let me know down in the comment section if you would like a weekly business show where we cover topics such as the EIDL loan, the PPP loan, or just about any business related topic. Leave it down below. So now let me just start setting the stage. As I speak right now, the Senate is actually having their hearing on Title I from the CARES Act, which covers the PPP and the EIDL loan issues. And there's a lot of issues, as you guys may know. I'll just give you some of the highlights because it's still going on right now as we speak. So I'll make a follow-up video giving you all the highlights about that. But so far, this is what they've spoken about. They're all pretty much agreeing that we need a second round. We need more funding. So that's on both sides, bipartisan on that fact. So if you didn't get in on the EIDL loan before the cutoff date, there will probably be a round two, or definitely more round two for PPP. That's been pretty much unanimously throughout the entire Senate. So now we also have the reinvent your business that Rubio is talking about, because a lot of businesses are not allowed to expand their business or go into a new line of business, because that's one of the requirements that you can't do with the money, is that you cannot use it to go into a different kind of work or business. But remember, a lot of our businesses have to adapt. They always have to change to whatever's going on. And one of the issues that we're having here is that we can't use the EIDL money for that. So what he is suggesting is that why not allow businesses who were previously making nursing garments or previously making sweaters, and they want to go into the mask making business, why not allow them to pivot and go into something that's more relevant to what's going on nowadays? If you guys want to see the stream, the live stream, or it's not going to be live when you watch this video, but if you want to see exactly what they're saying, I'll leave a link to that down below as well. But I warn you guys, if you think this video is boring, that video is going to put you to sleep. So I'm just trying to pull out the best information out of there and give it to you guys as easily as possible. Save you guys a lot of time from watching those videos. But if you want to watch the full thing, it'll be down below. Also, Cory Booker, he also made up a good point that a lot of people who have criminal histories have been denied for the PPP or the EIDL loan. So they are looking into that. They told them that that would be something that they would look into making changes for, because there are a lot of successful business owners who have criminal histories, and their businesses are being affected, and they cannot continue to hire and employ people from their neighborhood or from the local area. So that's a big issue that we're having. All right, so a couple of things that I wanted to bring up. So we have people, this is one of the things we're talking about today, we have people who keep asking the question, can I use the EIDL loan money to pay my taxes? Well, let me just bring up a couple of people who have asked this question. So Ermina Ponce has asked, can I use this money to pay off my federal taxes? And she went into more detail, and she says that I owe back taxes and have been paying on them. Can I use my EIDL loan money, my EIDL money, to pay for those taxes? And she has a landscaping business by the name of Cranial Lawn Care. All right, so great question. And I also have another individual, John Zajic, who also asked 2 weeks ago, can you use the EIDL loan money to pay your taxes from 2019? The money I had saved up to do so was spent during the closure to keep things paid up on my business, such as my house and for food. Okay, so this is really important information that people have to get answered. So what does the SBA say? Well, you're gonna wanna stick around for that one because I'll give you the SBA's answer at the end of this video. But now let's go into some of the feedback or the information that you as the viewers have been providing us when questions like this get asked. So Favor Universe replied about 6 days ago and he said, I called the SBA today and they said it's not an issue. So they told him that it's not an issue to pay your taxes. I think whoever you spoke to, I think he's referring to my video at that time, at the SBA gave you the wrong answer. Okay, so we'll see if that's the case. I'll give you the answer they gave me today in just a moment. Next, we have a person by the name of Shake Bits. I'm not making it up, I promise. Is that you cannot use it for back taxes that you might still be paying off. Like you say, you're behind on filing for the 2018 or earlier, but you can use it for any taxes that are due now, such as 2019, since the deadline has been extended, so you're not behind. Hopefully that makes sense. So that does make sense. So what he's saying is only 19 would be eligible, but not 18 or anything prior to that, right? Because we're talking about anything after January 31st is eligible. So great point. That was made by Shakes Bits. I promise that's their name. Next, we had a lady by the name of Marcy Faulkner. Marcy says that it says the taxes are an exception. I interpret that we do have the ability to pay our business's taxes with the loan money. In fact, it seems like we are actually encouraged to pay taxes with it because not paying your taxes on time actually defaults the loan. Great point, Marcy. And you said you feel like you're being encouraged by the SBA to do so because not doing so will put your business under. And we're going to get into that in just a moment and how that plays a major role in what you use your money for. Next is Ken Marsu. So what Ken is saying is that you can't even pay your 2019 taxes with this. You can only pay your quarterly taxes for 2020 with this money. So great point, Ken. Thank you for that. And the Robs a week ago is also stating you can't pay your 2019 taxes with it because 2019 was before the disaster occurred. You can pay the IRS taxes accrued from 1/31/2020 and forward. I'm hoping to pay my quarterly estimates with it, for example. Thank you for that, the Robs. And lastly, Favor Universe commented, doesn't make any sense. It says nothing in the document about a year stipulation for taxes. It just states IRS obligations are allowed. So all of these answers are correct, but then when you call the SBA, I guarantee you, maybe every 2 out of 3 times you call the SBA, they're probably gonna tell you something different. So I found a PowerPoint presentation from the SBA where they outlined what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do with the money. One part of it states that you're disallowed from paying down or paying off loans provided or owned by another federal agency. What you should do is seek a deferment. So this could also apply to IRS debt. If you owe 2019 taxes and they're due now, instead of having to pay them off now because you don't have the money to do so, you use the idle money for it, what you can do is you can ask for a deferment or a payment plan. And then that's what they're encouraging you to do according to this. But the next section actually instructs you the following. Payments of any part of a federal debt, including SBA loans, except IRS obligations, are not allowed to be paid. So exactly what our commenters on our threads have been saying is 100% correct. It's in their own publications. So what does the SBA have to say about this? So what the SBA has said is that you're actually allowed to use it for working capital. This is what they're now sticking to and saying your normal working capital, normal expenditures. What is normal working capital? What do they define it as? So I found this. Defines working capital loans as such. Loans are available to assist small business concerns in order to meet their ordinary and necessary financial obligations and cannot be met as a direct result of the disaster. These loans are intended to assist through the disaster recovery period. That's their explanation. So if what you need to pay for your business falls within lines of what their interpretation or their definition of working capital is, then go for it. A lot of us have been losing sleep, splitting hairs, returning money, and not knowing what to do with the money because it's so specific to your industry or it's so specific to your job or your daily routine. So what I'm going to tell you now is basically what the SBA told me today when I called them again today on the same question. Can I use the idle money to pay off my taxes? And this is what they told me. So I have two questions. My first question would be, can I use the funds to pay off my IRS debt for my company?
Oh, hell no.
But in the same publications that the SBA has, it says you're not allowed to pay off any federal debt with the exception of IRS debt.
I can't give you that assurance because I can only tell you what they told me, so I'm going to stick to that.
If I interpret it in a way where I feel like I'm doing the right thing with it, would I be penalized later on if my intentions were in the right place?
Sir, it doesn't go by good intentions because there's a lot of people with good intentions that are in jail.
All right, so just to recap, you cannot pay your IRS income taxes with it. It's not intended for that. But if I interpret it differently by what I find, then that's my decision to make.
Okay, sounds good. I can go along with that. I can agree to what you just said.
Okay, so we got some more not so clear answers to our questions. Let's just hope that we can make the right decisions now. So in conclusion, what they're telling you, or what they're telling me, or what they're telling all of us, is to basically use it for whatever you interpret as being acceptable. And if you don't know what is acceptable, you should consult not just your attorney, not just your CPA, but a tax attorney. A tax attorney. They don't come too cheap. But the question is, can you use your idle money to pay for the tax attorney? Maybe that'll be another follow-up video in the future. But all I know is that we're not giving clear guidance on this. We're all in this together. We're trying to help each other out, answer these questions. But my recommendation to you would be use it for something that you normally would have had to use it for, but can't pay for it now due to the coronavirus issue that we've all are under. So hopefully that helped you guys today. I do my best to make these videos concise, short, to the point. So hopefully that helps you guys. And I just want to remind you, if you're enjoying this video and you'd like to join our community, please hit that subscribe button right now. It would mean a lot to me. It would also mean a lot to me if you hit the notification bell so you can be alerted whenever we do any follow-up videos on this or any other business related topic. Again, we are growing our business. If you're not aware of this, we do run a pretty successful real estate team. If you want to join our team, you can do so by hitting the link down below in the description section, or you can check out our website where we offer discounted training courses on how to become a real estate agent, or basically how to become a real estate investor. I've trained over thousands of investors and I still do so till this day. So if you're interested in learning about that, you can find it there, heavily discounted. And if you want some one-on-one mentoring for your business, you can also find it there. I also just recently updated all the books that I recommend for business owners to read, entrepreneurs to read right now that we may have some downtime. Maybe a good time for you guys to go in there and check that out. So we just revamped our website. Go down below and check it out. It's in the description section. So if you want to educate yourself more on the EIDL loans, I have a whole playlist for you that's available right here. So you're going to want to watch that right now. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.